Alright, this is Big Boss Foxhound Woodsball coming to you for Shooting Hot TV. Tonight we're going to be seeing the movie Act of Valor. The cast in this movie are actual United States Navy SEALs, so all the tactics seen in the movie come directly from SEAL training. This movie took 2 years to make because of the SEALs' deployment cycles. And tonight, I'm hoping for a very good show tonight. And I'll get back to you with my opinions and my feedback on the movie itself.
Clear to target.
1 o'clock, base of the tower.
Overwatch, you're clear to engage.
Three days ago, 2 CIA agents were ambushed inside their hotel room.
Before she was captured, Morales was working in a jihadist cell. It could be why she was abducted.
This is a personnel recovery. Proceed to target, recover the package, and move to extract.
Got it.
Miss Morales, I'm bringing you home.
Chief, I got a cell phone.
This thing is way bigger than we thought it was. They're gonna hit us at home.
That ain't gonna happen.
Hey, boys, we gotta roll!
Be safe.
You know I will.
The storm ends, I don't see you.
You're clear to move on target Alpha.
As you are now,
Prepare your men for a bigger fight than what you had imagined.
I have positive control of the Ravens.
for a minute,
Whiplash, we have enemy QRF approaching from the north.
silver forest sky.
Roger, you have enemy QRF.
But you walk like the sun
Sir, this truck's about 1,000 yards.
will follow.
Let's go, let's go! Good!
What's the status on those boats?
Whiplash, 1 minute out.
This will be a hot extract!
How can you stop this?
The memory,
I can't.
the distant echo.
Hang on, buddy! Bag out!
You think this is some kind of game?
There's a brotherhood between us.
I don't see you.
If you're not willing to give up everything,
As you are now,
you've already lost.
Alright, I just got done seeing the movie Act of Valor. I've got to say, kick ass. Okay, now there are some parts in there as far as like visual sequences that I thought were a little too much on the computer generated stuff, but other than that, as far as like the movie overall, I have to say that it's probably one of the best action movies I've seen yet. The real life Navy SEALs and everything, it actually does a little bit of the movie We Were Soldiers, with showing a little bit of a glimpse into the family lives of these guys, yet also shows the kind of work they do, the globetrotting they have to do to hunt down the bad guys and everything like that. Other than that, I have to give it 2 thumbs up. What can I say? That was one of the best movies I've seen compared to Tears of the Sun, Rambo. But Act of Valor definitely blew it away because they used real life SEALs, and their boat scene actually had real life SWCS in it. SWCS are Special Warfare Combatant Crewmen. They're the Naval Special Warfare Special Boat Units. They provide the on-sea transportation. During Vietnam, they're called the Brown Water Navy because of the coastal rice paddies, stuff like that they did to get SEALs in and get SEALs out. Okay, enough of the background on that. Movie, as far as like action, stuff like that, I have to say that was probably one of the most authentic things I've seen as far as movies go. There was no need for any military advisors because of the cast of SEALs in there. So it's probably one of the most authentic movies out there, and I would definitely recommend it. Okay, we're back in what is technically my man cave, quote unquote. And I've noticed a lot of stuff with paintballers over the years. I've noticed that players are not holding guns right, stuff like that, or when they put them down, they don't take certain precautions into consideration. Keep in mind, paintball is a lot like handling real firearms. There are certain differences, though there are some absolute standards that are applicable to each one. For example, Galaxy X7, my new tactical setup here, marker choice. I've noticed that players, they're running on the field, finger right on the trigger. That's a no-no, because if you're moving in, you hit into a player, your finger can actually squeeze in on reflex, and you'd actually hit another player. You'd actually shoot them too. So what you want to do is, when you have your gun out like this, or you're doing a patrolling type deal, you want to make sure that your finger is right here, parallel to the trigger, so that way when you're coming into contact and bring it up, you can just bring it down here, it can instantly engage. There's also a school of training by Solyaz Sonny Puzakash, former member of the Russian Spetsnaz, who he's talking about having the finger extended out like this along the inside of the trigger guard, so that way when it comes time you can actually get right onto that trigger. I'm not too sure about that particular method. I haven't tried it personally, so I won't risk it. I usually keep my finger along here when I'm doing the patrolling, or if I'm entering the field. Same thing goes with the 203 underneath here. When I'm engaging, or if I'm clearing out a room with the 203, I keep my finger along here where the trigger is. That way I can just quick bring it down here and fire off the shell. Or keep my safety on like this, as you can see. Safety switch is right here. Weapon won't discharge, but if I have to, bring this forward and back like that, and that way you're able to engage. But I usually keep the safety off with the grenade launcher when I'm entering. Keep finger parallel to the trigger, move in, and then blast off like that. Other than that, that's one thing I've noticed. Second thing I've noticed is when players leave their guns on the tables or unattended, they forget several concepts with firearm safety that are applicable, such as making sure that the marker is unloaded. For a gun like an X7, you remove the hopper. You also have to keep your safety selector switch on, so that way it doesn't have any accidental discharge. You also want to treat every paintball marker like a firearm. Treat it as if it were loaded. Okay, with that, that's the X7. But if you're doing more Milsim stuff, something like this, my S Thunder carbine. Haven't shot this thing in a good while, but it's unregulated, so it's really not much good for me on the field except for conversation piece, stuff like that. But I love it. It's good for the muscle memory, stuff like that. Looks, feels like the same thing. One thing you want to do with this particular gun, as I said, safety selectors on fire position, semi only in this case. Want to make sure it's on safe and make sure the magazine's removed. You also want to make sure that the dust cover here is also clear. So if it were cocked ready to fire, just pull your cocking handle back so that way it removes the shell, removes the projectile. Make sure you dry fire and close back up your dust cover to keep dirt, debris, and whatnot out of there. That's pretty much it on the safety issue, as well as the trigger handling concept. Alright, we're also getting now into the whole mask thing. A lot of people are worried about the grenade launchers, which I showed in a previous segment about, oh, if you get hit with that, your mask will be knocked off. You got a lot of options when it comes down to masks. So, I got my Helix one, as you can see, basic chin strap, all that. And as you can see, wearing it, it could, even with the chin strap secured, you go up, it's not going anywhere. Bring it down, it could. So, because I run close quarters combat stuff, I usually top it off with additional head protection, such as the PAS GT helmet. This is an airsoft version, hard plastic, woodland cover, the cat eye helmet band. So with that, I've got the helmet on now, chin strap secured. So as you can see, this mask really isn't going anywhere. Could pull it down to a certain degree, but because of the chin strap from the helmet, as well as the chin strap from the mask, it provides a frost securing method, so that way this is secured more to the head, as well as ensures that it's not going to be knocked off. It can be jostled here and there, but other than that, it's nice, it's secure, it's not going anywhere in the helmet. Some call it ridiculous, but as you can see, full protection. I'm good on that. Okay, all you Call of Duty guys are going to understand this. Akibo. I'm not too fond of the concept. You're running and gunning. Some guys going like this. Oh yeah, I think I'm a gangster. Yet, you're going to run into problems with this. One, either your gun's going to malfunction, or you're going to run out of ammo. Easy as that. But for a Milsim player like me, it's always one gun. And this is always a backup. So, as I'm going to demonstrate, one sec. Now, we're talking tactical stuff here, so please bear with me for a minute. You've got your primary weapon. For me, it's the X7. You move in, you take contact, you're engaging, you're either out of ammo, and there's no time to reload the marker, or take up another position to reload, or anything like that. So, what you want to do, keep it like this, transition to another weapon, let this fall down into a slung position, and you're still able to fight. For this, it's easy, it's fast. Question is, can you be fast enough when it counts? Another instance, with a gun like mine, close quarters combat's problematic. Because I got the grenade launcher, I'm usually running on point. I gotta clear out the room with the shotgun. So, like this, you're moving in, see somebody, pull the trigger, you could easily glide back into your rifle, keep engaging. But there's some rooms or some CQB fields that are so close in, a gun of this size is too problematic to maneuver and it's too cumbersome. So you go smaller, A5, stuff like that. Or, that's the other beauty of a pistol. This thing's too big, just bring it down, pull your pistol, and it can sweep from room to room, but you only got the 7-round capacity, so make sure you do it when it counts. Okay, now we got a couple parts settled. Let's get into more of a tactical thing that a lot of stuff goes around. A lot of fields do nighttime games. That means flashlights, night vision, stuff like that. You can probably get a cheap pair of night vision from your local Toys R Us for $50. I haven't tried it yet. That's going to be a project for another time. Aside from that, you got flashlights. Depending upon the design and what you can do with them. If you don't have a tack light on your gun or anything, like with my TPX, I got the rail for it, but nothing yet as far as a weapon-mounted flashlight. That would be the most preferred style to carry a light. That way you can just have your gun out. That way it's easier to sweep, both hands on the gun, like so. That way you got the pressure switch on the grip, and it's easier. But if you don't have something like that, you could still be tactically effective with something like this. Some people would say hold it like this, or even like hold it down toward the hip and move with the pistol. Bad points to that: you don't have steady control on the gun. That way you'd be able to get your shots down accurately. It's just pretty much one hand running and gunning. Tactically speaking, you want to have the light and the gun like this. That way when you're sweeping, you can still maintain a steady base, control. You can still keep your eyes right down the sight. Excellent for sweeping out rooms. Excellent for just about any situation. You can walk in like this. Guy just sees the light. Blinded for a second, you own them. Now, with military issue flashlights such as this one, it gets a little tricky, but you've got an option on the light. You've got the little button right here. So put the light halfway up here. You got the signaling device or a constant on. I usually keep it in the middle. That way I could use the little signaling thing. Not a bad idea holding it like this, but there's a problem with that because of the control and stuff like that. So keep it out like this. Can easily move into the room like so. Or a bad guy comes out, just strobe him real fast with the light and then shoot. And that would pretty much cover the whole flashlight gun thing. Alright, the fun stuff's done with. Now time to brush on a serious topic within our community of paintball players and everything. A player up in Canada by the name Sarge Morin. His wife is in her second battle with cancer right now, and for me this story strikes a very personal note. A lot of people in my family have died as a result of cancer. My family's no way around it. You get it one way or the other. Anyway, considering everything I do and Sarge's disposition and his current situation, I feel some sense of obligation to try and do something to help. So, as far as what's being done within the paintball community, groups like Viper Paintball, SAS Woods Ball, and a few others have come together for Aaron's Army. It's a slush fund that's been set up via PayPal and stuff, so that way the Moore family has a means to support themselves as far as their business expenses, medical expenses for the cancer, the treatments. It's financially and everything, it's a pretty massive thing, and a guy like Sarge has done a lot in this community as far as his work with machinery, stuff like that. But I can more than understand about the whole cancer thing, and I understand how hard it is. A good friend of mine lost his father not too long ago to cancer, so I'll be posting up the links for Aaron's Army, and you can also get a link to their PayPal account via the Gmail address I'll be posting up momentarily. And for that, it's Big Boss, and I'm out of here.